Hi, in this video, we're going to talk about vector components. Now, one of the things you have to know is that you can write vectors in component form multiple ways. You can do it as xy with the arrow brackets. You can do xi plus yj, where I and j indicate that there's the horizontal and vertical components, or you can write it in the vertical column format. All of these are totally valid. Now, I personally prefer that top one with the arrow brackets, so that's what I'll be using for the rest of this video. Now, let's say I'm given a graph and I want to find the component form of this vector. Well, what I'm going to need to start with is to figure out, okay, how much am I moving horizontally? How much am I moving vertically? We're going to break it down. So I'm going to start by saying I need to find the horizontal component. So I look at this and I say, okay, I went to the left, how much? Well, I went left 6. So that means my horizontal component has to be -6. Now I need to complete this triangle to get the shape of my vector. So I'm going to go up, and I can see that I had to count up 4. So the vertical component is +4. That means that this vector can be written in component form with -6, 4. So again, to recap, you take your initial vector, you find the horizontal component by drawing left to right, however much you need to go from the start point to align with the tip. Then you complete the triangle to find the vertical component. That's going to tell you the pieces. Now, you'll notice that this example started at 0, 0, but it's not required for that to happen. You could have an example like this, where the vector definitely doesn't start at 0, 0. However, you're going to do the same thing. You're still going to start at the start of the vector and move horizontally until it aligns with the tip of the vector. So for example, it would look like this. Now, I can count over how many did I move. Well, I went to the right 7. Because I went right, I have a positive horizontal component of 7. Then from there, I'm going to complete my triangle by counting down. And because I went down, that means my vertical component is negative. In this case, when I count how many I go -10. So when I write this in component format, I'm going to start with the 7 in the horizontal component and -10 in the vertical component. And that's how you break vectors down into their components.